In an unexpected move, 15 ex-judges, 77 former bureaucrats and 25 retired officers of the armed forces have criticized two Supreme Court judges' recent comments against Nupur Sharma, the suspended BJP leader whose remarks on Prophet Mohammed led to protests and a diplomatic row. Their open letter says the two-judge bench's observation that she is single-handedly responsible for what is happening in the country was a virtual exoneration of the barbarous beheading of a Hindu man at Udaipur. The man, named Kanhaiya Lal and a tailor by profession, was murdered in June by two jihadists who called the crime as a revenge for insult of Prophet and Islam. Nupur Sharma had gone to the Supreme Court demanding that all the FIRs registered against her across the country should be clubbed together and transferred to Delhi. In her petition, she also said she and her family have been facing security threats. The court on July 1st refused her plea and made some scathing remarks. The judges said Nupur Sharma's loose tongue had set the entire country on fire and that her comments were either for cheap publicity, political agenda or some nefarious activities. The observations were not part of the final order though. The open letter issued on July 5th says those unfortunate and unprecedented comments from the bench of Justice Suryakant and Justice J.B. Pardiwala are not in sync with the judicial ethos. Such outrageous transgressions are without parallel in the annals of judiciary. It says the observations had no connect with the issue raised in her petition. As she was denied access to judiciary, the letter adds, there was an outrage on the preamble spirit and essence of the Constitution of India. One fails to understand why Nupur's case is treated at a different pedestal. Such an approach of the Supreme Court deserves no applause and impacts the very sanctity and honor of the highest court, asserts the letter. The 117 signatories include former Bombay High Court Chief Justice Kshitij Vyas, former Gujarat High Court Judge S.M. Soni, former Rajasthan High Court Judges R.S. Rathore and Prashant Agarwal, and former Delhi High Court Judge S.N. Dhingra, former IAS officers R.S. Gopalan and S. Krishna Kumar, former top police officers S.P. Vaid and P.C. Dogra, Lieutenant General V.K. Chaturvedi, retired, and Air Marshal S.P. Singh, retired, are also among them. Earlier, Justice J.B. Pardiwala had reacted to social media attacks against him and Justice Suryakant. Personal attacks on judges for their judgments lead to a dangerous scenario, he had said. Social and digital media is primarily resorted to expressing personalized opinions more against the judges rather than a constructive critical appraisal of their judgments. This is what is harming the judicial institution and lowering its dignity, he had further argued in his address at a function. On June 5, 2022, as a comment was snowballing into a big controversy, Nupur Sharma had tweeted thus, I have been attending TV debates for the past many days where our Mahadev was being insulted and disrespected continuously. It was mockingly being said that it is not shivling but a fountain. The shivling was also being ridiculed by comparing to roadside signs and poles in Delhi. I could not tolerate this continuous insult and disrespect towards our Mahadev, and I said something in response to it. If my words have caused discomfort or hurt religious feelings of anyone whatsoever, I hereby unconditionally withdraw my statement. It was never my intention to hurt anyone's religious feelings. But it seems that the two SC judges in question had not given much weightage to what Nupur Sharma said. They also don't seem to have done a threadbare analysis of a whole TV debate or have looked into how it was edited and tweeted to mislead people. Nupur Sharma had said that it was Alt News co-founder Mohammed Zubair who deliberately tweeted an edited clip of her interview to make it appear that she was making hate comment against Prophet Mohammed. He, with malicious intention and to provoke communal hatred, cut out a particular portion of the TV talk and tweeted it out of context. Following this, Sharma even started getting death and rape threats A section of national and international media also started presenting the news in such a manner to make it appear that India is Islamophobic. Then how can the honorable judges say that Nupur Sharma is solely responsible for what is now happening in the country? It is evident that Muhammad Zubair is also responsible. However, Muhammad Zubair was arrested on June 27th for his provocative tweet against a Hindu god. It is an irony. A Delhi court on July 2nd denied him bail and remanded him to 14 days in judicial custody, noting that the probe was at the initial stage. It added that it was denying bail considering the overall facts and circumstances of the case and given the nature and gravity of offences.